So today we're going to share the 3 secrets to finding love online, the secrets that AnneLena discovered by taking my course. And first, I'm going to give you a little background on AnneLena. When her husband tragically died of cancer almost 7 years ago, she was devastated, as anyone would be. And she had just turned 50, and she had 6 kids still living at home, teenagers. Imagine 6 teenagers. I cannot imagine having 6 at once, parenting alone, and not even probably thinking about finding love again in the beginning. You were probably so overwhelmed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I thought I was done, when girlfriends were starting to kind of prod me at about a year. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm done with that. I'm done with men.
And then you were finally ready to date about a year and a half later. So what changed for you when you decided, I'm going to go try this?
I got lonely for companionship, having that person in my life, intimacy. And I figured it'll be easy. I'll find somebody and it'll be great. Well, I put the word out, of course, right? To all my friends and family, hey, set me up on a blind date. And crickets. Nobody. And so I went online and wow, crazy thing. And very different than it was many years ago. I mean, it's scammers. I went on a lot of first dates. I went on so many I'm sure I went on at least 100 first dates. And, I went on first dates that I shouldn't have gone on because I should have been able to discern from our interactions that no, this is, you're not a possibility for me. But I didn't know. And so someone, a friend of a friend, she actually turned me on to your group. She invited me. It was great. And I started reading and I started learning and it was so awesome. Here comes the pandemic. And I'm like, all right, I'll take this course. Why not? And I learned so much.
Many of us believe that dating's going to be easy or that we have all the skills we need. And dating is a skill set.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I did too. I walked into dating after my divorce thinking, oh, I'll get online and I'll have so many choices and it'll be so easy to find love. And quickly realized that there were a lot of skills that I was missing and a lot of work that I needed to do. And that's really what led to me becoming a dating coach, is because I saw not only was I struggling, but how many other women out there who are back out at dating again, especially after 40, who are really lost. And so the more I learned, the more I started teaching courses. And this course came about because so many people were really struggling with what to do during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Everything was shutting down. People were isolated. They were feeling really alone, like you, and confused about dating. And I thought, even if you're not dating now, it's a great opportunity to learn all these skills and to improve your profile and improve the way that you go about looking for love. And we also cover fears and beliefs and all the things that get in the way of dating, which are some of the things that you had to work through also. So I want to really go through those. This is really about 3 secrets to finding love online, and 3 things that you did that I think were so amazing, which really helped you to find the person you're with, Pete. And I think the first secret is clarifying your must-have list, really getting clear. Because I think, dating 100 men and sort of trying to figure it out and feel your way into it and staying too long means that you're not that clear about what really you need, right? And you save so much time and effort and heartache when you're really clear. So what are some of the things that you were able to clarify that you needed that you weren't really that clear of before?
I'm 5'11". I used to be 6 foot, with shrink, and I wanted a guy that was taller than me. And I'm a big girl. I mean, I'm not fat, but I'm a big girl. I'm 190 pounds, and I wanted a guy that was bigger than me because I think part of me thought that the guys wanted to be bigger than me too, and I let go of that. It's hard, but I let go of that. And the other thing is that I try to become more authentic me instead of being what I thought the guys wanted. This is embarrassing, but I try to dumb myself down because I was being told, I was getting the feedback that I was too intimidating. And that never works when you're not your authentic self.
No. And I want to address that for a minute,
Yeah.
because I think so many women think that if they're strong, successful together, that they somehow are intimidating.
Yes,
And
it's a huge problem.
yeah.
I mean, so many women that struggle with this.
And it's something that I learned a long time ago. It's a man who's really confident in himself is not going to be intimidated by a strong woman.
Yes.
Be yourself, and you'll find somebody who appreciates who you are, and that's really what happened to you, right? Pete is somebody who appreciates you. So tell us a little more about that.
So he has the other things that were on my list, kids that were no younger than my kids. I didn't want to take a step back in getting towards my independence. I am not sitting there going, oh, my kids are almost grown and so sad. And I am watching my kids flourish, and I am helping push them out of the nest, because I want this to be about me, my next chapter. But I want my time. And so I didn't want somebody that had 10 years left of child rearing. So that was one of my must-haves. I wanted a guy that was educated and financially independent. Pete's a business owner. I'm a business owner. So, we had a lot of things in common, and he's certainly not intimidated by me.
I remember you were the one who who won the contest in the group of having your profile reviewed by me in front of the group.
Yeah.
And so we redid your profile based on your new must-have list and the new things that you were going to include, and looked at some pictures that really weren't working for you and picked the ones that did.
Yeah.
And you changed your height requirement.
Yes.
So some of those things really made a big difference. You were overlooking a lot of profiles too. So that's the second thing that you did that really helped you to find him. And you replied to somebody whose profile wasn't your usual type. His pictures were dark. They weren't very good. So what made you swipe on him or click on him and reply to his message?
Yes, his pictures were, it was clearly a selfie with his arm, just his arm out and taking a big snapshot. He didn't smile. So I'm like, oh, I wonder if he has teeth, but we'll find out. That was another requirement of mine. And his profile was boring. It was short, but he did say something about having his own car and having teeth. So, I guess, so I'm like, okay, maybe he has a sense of humor. And because I was doing this class with you, I went, okay, I'll do it. Why not? So I replied, and he asked me out for dinner, not coffee or anything. And I remember leaving the date and going, I really like him. And I would, there was no spark per se, but there was not a spark. It's sort of, there wasn't that instant like that. I think sometimes we look for that instant, whoa, spark. And that's probably a mistake. But it was clear that he wanted to see me. And so we just took our time, and, it blossomed.
I love it. And so I do want to talk about the spark. So the next secret is it's a slow build. And it was a slow build in many ways. And I think often people come in thinking, I have to feel butterflies. I'll know him when I see him. There were things about him that were comfortable and were kind and respectful. And he was obviously interested and not unclear about his intentions. Very clear.
Yeah.
And I think knowing, like, foundationally, we need to know what to look for.
Yeah.
Because with the right foundation, and you were also laughing with him and you shared common goals and dreams, you were able to build on that. And what happens often with that, the big spark, is that it burns out quickly. Some of the things this class really helped AnneLena do was to clarify the things that mattered. And so the 3 secrets that we're sharing today are clarifying your must-have list. Most people get that wrong and really don't. They have a long laundry list of things that don't really matter in the end. and
exactly.
like height and age and, certain things that were really getting in the way of you swiping on certain men's profiles that could have been a better match.
Yeah.
You also replied to somebody who wasn't your type, who wasn't your usual type, and you were able to overlook those things that got in the way before, and you took it slow and at your own pace. And I think that knowing that it kept improving and it kept building and it became this beautiful relationship. So tell us where you are now.
We bought 12 acres about 15 minutes from here. And he will be moving into a little single wide trailer with his 18-year-old son that we put out there. And we're breaking ground on a big house. So we bought land together but separate, if that makes sense. We bought 12 acres, but part of it is his and part of it is mine. It's commingling finances and all that is difficult. So he owns part of it, I own part of it. And so I'm building a house. And so once my house is built, then he'll move in with me. Hopefully his son will be out on his own by then. My kids are fixing to be out on their own as well. And so then we'll be living together.
What I also get a sense of is that you're balancing head and heart. Like you go in,
Yeah.
You're buying land together, but you're being smart about it and you're keeping your finances separate. And you're also creating a relationship that's designed to work for both of you, not according to some script about you must get married, you must move in at a certain time, sex has to happen at this stage and this and that and 3-date rule. And it's
no.
right. So, that's really what I teach. It's we get to make our own rules, so to speak, based on healthy principles.
Yeah.
And you'll learn a lot of that in the course. We talk about all of those things and how to really look for the red flags and the green flags and how to have better conversations that are more connecting, because often it takes us so long to get to know somebody that by the time we've really figured out who they are, we're so invested and we could be really heartbroken. And so you found a great guy with the right stuff, and he found a wonderful woman who's also got the right stuff, and together you're better.
Your course gets all the credit for this. You get all the credit for this. You helped me rewrite my profile. Pete may not have contacted me if I'd had my old profile on there. And I probably would have just swiped left on him, as we say, if I had not done this work with you. Thank you.
Oh,
everybody should take this, because
it's so important to know the skills, really, to know how to write a good profile, to know how to search, to know how to message, to know how to work through some of your fears and beliefs that are getting in the way, and really hone in, because when you hone in on the right things, everything else drops away and you become crystal clear. You take off those glasses that are altering your vision and helping you to find somebody like you, AnneLena, found Pete. And so thank you so much for sharing your story today. And I do hope that more women will join the course. I haven't taught it in a year, and I don't know when I'll teach it again. The price is low. I kept it at pandemic prices because I know a lot of people struggled during the pandemic, and we're still living in uncertain times. Things change every day with the pandemic. Masks off, masks on, Omicron, Delta, we have so many mutations of this crazy, horrible virus, and we're not going to be in normal times for a long time. And so learning how to set those standards for who you are, your boundaries, how to express yourself better. We cover all of it in 4 weeks. It's a deep dive in a short period of time. There's a great workbook. I've updated it because things have changed since I first offered it. So
whether we're in pandemic times or not, this is a very apropos or current course, because internet dating is not going to go away. Whether it's pandemic or not, this is very apropos. So I encourage anybody
thank you
to do that.
Thank you for coming on today and sharing your story. Go check out the course details. It's all there. There's fabulous testimonials, even a little short video from AnneLena's podcast with me that you should check out. And thank you.